Good morning, everyone. It's a lovely day in Mumbai today. I'm Dr. Neha Khotke, and we are going to take you through a very exciting journey today through the new HomePad Zomeo available on Mac. With me, I have Dr. Jawar Shah, the pioneer behind HomePad, and an academician, a teacher, a clinician who has given more than 40 years of his life to homeopathy and seen over 40,000 patients. So, good morning, sir.
Good morning, my friends. It's nice to be with you this morning. Some of you it's evening, some of you it is midnight. Since many years, everybody has been asking me, when do you have the Mac version? And here we are with a wonderful interface, with absolutely modern look and feel. A version which can run not only on Macintosh, but it runs also on different operating systems like Windows. Also, it runs on Android, it runs on iPhone, you name it and it's there. So, we are going to share some of the important features in relation to this software.
I think a lot of softwares give us a lot of things like patient management system, repertorization, reference books. So, what is different in HomePad? Because when I had gone through the new HomePad, there were a lot of other features that I saw in HomePad which were not there in a lot of software. So,
Okay.
how is Zomeo different from the other software?
See, Dr. Neha, every software today has got patient management,
Yes.
it has got repertorization, it has got all the features you can think about. So today what we are going to share, how homeopathic software, Zomeo, is different from others. What are the important features which are not there in other software, and how does it save time? Because see, basically the entire purpose of this exercise is to save time. See, you want in a shortest possible time to arrive at a right remedy,
Correct.
and that is all we want, right? You agree?
Yes, of course I agree. And more than that, we need to give back their money's worth. That if they are investing so much money, we have to ensure that we are giving a lot many features. I feel beyond homeopathy that we should give. If we have to make it their time and money's worth.
Yeah, absolutely. So can we start with the first most important feature? And you know, Dr. Neha, what is most important thing is the ease of operation. And everything can be operated from the keyboard with the help of shortcuts. So we are attaching you a sheet which you can download, which has got beautiful shortcuts. Okay, so you can download it, you can use it, and it's so simple. And you can use it with the help of mouse.
So we now have a software that is keyboard friendly and mouse friendly. So anyone operating through the keyboard can operate this software very easily.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now if you see friends, we have the latest complete repertory with us, which is the 2018 version. We have 41 repertories in total in this new software. We have more than 100 materia medica books, around 100 books only on clinical conditions. We have 16 journals for you. I mean, you cannot go wrong when it comes to books and when it comes to deciding on your final remedy. Apart from that, we have a lot of other features as well. Like we have something very interesting called as patient instructions. We have notes on diet and nutrition that you will get to see later as we go through this tutorial. We also have very interesting and time-saving ways of repertorizing a case and repertorizing the symptoms of the patient and prescribing the remedy all at the same time. We guarantee it's not going to take you more than 7 minutes to repertorize the case, to prescribe the case in the correct potency with the right remedy. I think this is wonderful, sir.
And you see the kind of materia medica, the range of materia medica you have. And we have totally 1,250 volumes of data.
Yes, that's a huge, that's
Isn't
a
that
vast database.
amazing?
I think no other software has this vast a database that we have to offer.
Absolutely. And then 1,500 keynotes. Isn't that interesting?
I think even in the original books of keynotes, there aren't these many.
Yeah, exactly.
So how were these keynotes prepared? I think we have prepared these keynotes.
See, Dr. Neha, what has happened that whatever you are seeing the present version, it's an outcome of research work of thousands of people across the globe. We have thousands of people who have contributed to make this software a better software. We have user base in 133 countries.
Yes.
And all these people have been helping us regularly. And the keynote base has been created by a team of qualified doctors. See, today we have all the organizations combined with us, the Enlightenment Education, the Welcome Cure, and the Mind Technologies. We have 200 plus people as staff. We have more than 100 doctors who are working for us.
So it's a very strong support team that we have built.
Exactly.
What about the different ways of repertorization that we have introduced in the software? Why are there different ways to repertorize the case? Because usually a doctor just follows, a set pattern of repertorizing a case. But, we have something called as rep search. We have something called as the classic way of prescribing and repertorizing. We also have something interesting that we are going to show, which is the quick symptom record. Why do we have so many ways of repertorizing and recording a rubric in our software?
See, basically, I am a practitioner myself. And 4 generations of us have been practicing regularly.
Yes.
So, and we are very strong believers of homeopathy. So because of this, what has happened that, homeopathy runs in our blood, I would say. And while sleeping, while getting up, while eating, we always think of homeopathy.
Yes.
And I always believe in finding out the shortcuts and finding out the right ways of achieving and the fastest way of achieving a medicine. Okay, so that is the purpose. And what happens, I'll just share with you in short before we actually log in and... Oh, ma'am, please come. Yeah. So what happens that this quick repertorization is the quick repertorization is the software. In this feature, what happens is even without opening the repertory, without opening anything, what we have, the software will start working and it will show you the symptoms which are applicable to a case, and this saves a lot of time.
I know that generally in a clinic it takes about an hour and a half to take the case, and it takes another half an hour to analyze and even solve the case. So I think totally we are spending a minimum of 2 hours on each patient.
Right, but here the case taking time does not change.
Yes, that's what. That is what I was asking. How do you form a relationship between the case taking and the repertorization in such a way that they merge together, and you can use the software to do that.
Yeah.
So from 2 hours, that is 120 minutes, we are just drastically reducing the time to less than 10 minutes.
Yes.
I think that is a huge space of time that is saved.
And just imagine, see, in every case, you save 30 minutes. And even if you say 2 cases in a day, so you save 1 hour.
Yes.
So you save 5 hours in a week, 20 hours in a month, okay, and 240 hours in a
Year.
year. Such a huge saving.
That is 10 days.
Yes. Dr. Neha, you've been associated with the organization for last 5 years? 8 years.
8 years.
Oh, we never know how time passes. What has been your experience in all these years?
I remember that I started off as an intern here in 2010. I used to work part-time as a content writer. We used to do a lot of data mining. I learned a lot when it comes to, verifying data, how important it is to include data that is absolutely verified clinically by peers, by seniors into the software, because I feel we have a moral responsibility towards the people we are working with, towards the people, to whom we are giving our software, that we need to give the perfect data to them.
Absolutely.
Nothing can go wrong.
Right.
Because it can really affect their prescription finally. So over the years, of course, I have progressed from being a content writer, a data miner, to being a senior prescriber here today. So it's been a wonderful experience, and I think Homepath has really helped me come a long way in that journey, because it has helped me to treat patients. Of course, you know that today, welcome cure, your sister concern, we are seeing over, we have already seen over 125,000 patients in the rural areas given homeopathic treatment. Everything done in record time because of this software.
Right.
The prescriptions have been so quick, so accurate. Rural areas where, patients, as you know, they are not aware about homeopathy. So, spreading the awareness of homeopathy, giving them the time for case taking. In a lot of patients, we have seen that they have already come to us with a lot of pathological problems. Something that has already gone to the pathological level. And through Homepath, we have treated them and they have actually got better. They come into the follow-up saying that we are 20% better than last time, or we are 30% better than last time, which is a huge progress, because these patients don't have any other, primary health center in their area, or if the the hospitals are there, they are very far away, they are very expensive. So through our portal, we are catering to all these patients, we are solving their cases, we are solving their problems, we are able to prescribe the correct homeopathic medicines because we have Homepath with us.
Right. See, can you share some of the cases which you had? You remember that case of paralysis. The patient was suffering for 5 years.
Yes.
We just treated. In 5 weeks, the patient came walking
yes.
to the clinic.
Yes. And the person who runs the center, he was the one who actually gave us a testimonial from the patient saying that they had never experienced something like this before. And if I recall correctly, the remedy given to him was manganum.
Mm-hmm.
I think manganum was the remedy we had prescribed to him for his condition. And in just a month, he came walking to the clinic, and it was such a surprise because, we had already told them that this is something that is going to take a lot of time, because the patient's age was so, his nutrition level was so, his susceptibility was not very good. And we had told him that, give us 3 months for some movement to happen, for sensations to happen. And he comes walking into the center within just a month. I think it's a huge motivation for all of us to, perform better, to become better doctors, to help people more.
Exactly. We have a lot of questions. I think before we start the actual program, can we ask the
Yeah.
can we answer the points which they have raised? Because then otherwise normally we answer the questions at the last minute.
Yeah.
Dr. Hussain from Rajasthan. Okay, then we have Dr. Shubhangi. OMPAS has the feature wherein between the text one could copy paste and make out your own notes. Is the function restored here? We will get back to you soon. We have very good feedback. Dr. Mansoor suggests that he has been using it for UG and PG. Really appreciate. Then, are you planning to add plant evolution? We are planning to add lot of things. See, it's a software which keeps on progressing regularly, evolving, and we keep on upgrading. Okay, so can we go to the first feature?
Yes.
Can you start with the patient registration?
Yes. So let us register a new patient first. Okay, before that, what I am seeing is the user interface is completely different from what it was in our previous softwares. The previous software was a very different looking software. The look was very different. The utility was slightly different. Here the look has completely changed.
Yep.
Why is this? In fact, I feel that this is looking much simpler, much cleaner, much brighter, much fresher. So why have we decided to change the interface completely?
See, as we evolve, if you see today's mobile phone, it is so evolved, Today's cars give so much of comfort. So as we keep on evolving, we also keep on evolving our software. And we want to make their life, we want to make our life, we want to make our users' life very comfortable. And that is the reason we have, such an interface.
So this is the latest trend that you see in IT and graphic design that we have included in our software. That's lovely. Okay, so let's start.
And as such, all over world today, India is leader in IT.
Yes.
And India is leader in homeopathy. We have 200 plus institutions who teach homeopathy full time, 9 to 5, 6 days in a week for 5.5 years.
Yes.
So that is why India has produced wonderful homeopaths.
Very intense program. So let's start with first creating a new patient. So now all I have to do is go to patient, select new case. What I am also seeing is that there is a shortcut, which is Command N. So even with my keyboard, I can operate this software very easily.
Absolutely.
So I click on new case.
Can you adjust the screen size so that the full screen can be seen?
All right. So let's start by creating a new patient. So all I have to do is click on plus. As of now, what I am seeing is on the left hand side, there are a list of patients that are already saved in the software.
Right.
On the right hand side, I am seeing the basic information of that patient which I may have entered at an earlier date.
Right.
So now if I want to enter a new patient or create a new patient, I just have to click on plus.
Plus sign.
Yes. And now a fresh new page opens and I can just fill in the basic details. Of course, I can fill in the entire form if I want, but right now, let me just fill in the basic details of my patient. Alright. So I have saved this patient and it has automatically got selected. So now what is the next step that I should do?
See, if you see on the top, we have a repertory in the menu.
Yes.
If you click on repertory, it gives you multiple options. The last one is the smartest option, which I use every day.
Quick symptom record.
Exactly.
All right.
See, now on the left hand side, if you see, it opens the complete list. Can you enlarge the fonts permanently in the section?
Yes.
There is a beautiful utility, available. You can go on the top and say select font and say large or medium, depending upon your need.
All right.
Okay. So now here on the left hand side, you see the disease conditions or the clinical conditions. You can select what is applicable to a case. Okay. So this particular case, which you have seen, okay, has got a very interesting thing. Okay. Bleeding piles.
Bleeding piles.
Yeah.
So I just type bleeding piles here.
Yeah, simple.
Okay. So in what you are trying to say is this is not repertory language. This is very simple language that we are talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. So bleeding piles. Okay. So now I have got options for bleeding piles. And I can now see on the right hand side certain rubric references.
Yeah.
So, what
So
do
you
I
can
do?
record all of them in one shot.
In one shot.
Yes.
Okay. So this amazing button here, record all. All right. Okay. So 7 rubrics have got recorded like in less than a second.
Yeah, so you can see on the left hand side, upper corner, rubrics recorded.
Yes. Yes.
And the patient has got also ulcers in the mouth.
Okay. All right. So should I click on clinical conditions access ulcers?
Yes.
I can also see a lot of other segregating options like ulceration on the gums,
Yeah.
ulceration on the roof of the mouth, ulceration on the tongue. So intelligently, the software is giving me a lot of options.
Options.
So I click on access ulcers.
Okay.
And I can again see a lot of options here. So what do I do?
You can select them.
Okay, record all
or
again.
you can record all of them.
Okay. So I'll record all again.
So in one shot, you have recorded all the symptoms pertaining to the patient.
Yes.
Now this particular patient was very dominating. He would say, whatever I say should be done. So we just go simply to the mind section, which you see on the left hand side.
Okay.
Click on mind and dominating.
Very simple.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And
now,
then here you have.
So now the software has told me that dominating dictatorial.
Exactly.
Dictatorial is rubric language and dominating is the language that
we generally talk.
Yes, yes.
So the system has interpreted. See how much of time is saved, Even when we are talking, you can keep on recording.
So I'll record these again.
Yeah.
All of them. All right. What else do we record? I'm having fun.
Okay. And the patient, throughout the history, he was talking. Okay.
So talkative?
Talkative. Very talkative.
Okay, so I have got talkative. Let me just record this time, just for some difference.
Yeah, you
One
can record
rubric.
even selected rubrics.
Yes. So
that is what?
I will record complete locacity.
Okay.
Okay. Any other rubrics or symptoms?
And he was very defiant.
Defiant.
Very defiant. Very defiant.
Okay, so one step ahead of obstinate.
Mm-hmm.
Defiant. Okay, so we have defined here as well. I will record this from complete.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Any other symptoms that you would like to record?
He was saying that, I had lot of desire in life, lot of desire. I wanted to buy Mercedes, and I wanted to have a house near the seaside, and
Very ambitious.
yeah, very, very ambitious.
Okay.
And he said that I have not been able to achieve. And understand, when there are so many unfulfilled ambitions,
Yeah, it can lead to a
it
lot
can
of.
lead to a disease. So one of the reasons why he fell sick and he was suffering was because of this reason.
So what do I type? Unfulfilled.
Yes. And ambition, which is very, very important.
Okay. Unfulfilled ambition. So I have something in causative factors for unfulfilled ambition.
See how it has gone from one chapter to another chapter to.
So easily.
Uh,
Yes. So I will select this particular rubric.
so this
Okay.
shift, even without you becoming consciously aware of where it is going, how it is searching, it is recording.
In one place.
Yes. And then you record, and just on a click of a button, repertorization,
Okay. So
you will see the
this
result.
small icon here.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I am seeing the repertorization sheet in which 24 symptoms are recorded. There are 593 remedies.
Mm.
How do I know which one to prescribe?
See, as you know, I have been practicing for 40 years. And in 40 years, I have learned many shortcuts. I have learned, that what is required, what is absolutely essential in the patient has to be there.
Yes, because every case has got certain symptoms that have to be there in the patient. They are the most important. And then the other symptoms can follow.
Yeah. See, because if those symptoms are not there, whatever you may do, still the remedy will not be right.
Yes.
So in this case, the patient was although very dictatorial. So we can take one symptom as dictatorial.
So what you are trying to say is we have to pick up those rubrics that are most important.
Yeah, we cross them. We cross them.
We cross them. So we take this particular filter here.
Filter on the top.
Cross repertorization filter. All right.
Yeah.
Now friends, let us note that currently we have 593 remedies in this particular repertorization sheet. We are about to cross repertorize the most important rubrics in this case.
Absolutely.
Let us see how many remedies come up in the end. I feel even if we have like 3 or 4 remedies in the end, we'll be in a better position to know which one to prescribe.
Yeah.
So what do we take to cross repertorize? One you said was
dictatorial. He was so dominating.
So all 3 rubrics of dictatorial.
You can take all of them.
Okay.
And then he was very defiant.
Okay. So we'll click on defiant as well.
And the most important thing is that his ambition was unfulfilled. Okay. That was the causative. See, you cannot miss the causative.
Yes.
And the mind in this patient was so strong that it was very difficult to manage.
Okay. So these 5 rubrics, we now cross them together?
Absolutely.
Okay, fine. Apply. I had seriously expected that we would get 3 or 4 remedies. I did not expect that we would get just one in the end. That is Merxol. Wow.
And see how many symptoms it covers.
Yes. Yes.
See, this is what the system surprises you every time.
Merck even covers locacity, by the way.
Exactly.
Nothing that I would have expected.
Did you know this?
No.
Even, it came as a surprise to me. So all the time we think of legacies, or we think of belladonna, phosphorus, hyoscyamus.
Yes.
But here it opens out something new to you. Now, what is very important here, that from here only you can select the potency, you can select the repetition, you can also prescribe.
From here itself?
Yes.
So tell me, what do I do?
Just click on the remedy name.
Okay, so I right click on Merck. Okay, I'm getting a lot of options here which I can go to if I want to refer to the remedy in a
Okay.
book. But I
And
also see,
you can add to compare. Here is a very interesting feature I want to share with you. Add to compare.
okay, but this is something that is useful if we are, if we have like 3 or 4 remedies.
Yeah, but suppose in case before finalizing, you want to still cross check. Also, you can see here, symptoms covered and not covered.
Yes.
There are so many features available on just a click. Can you just show the symptoms covered, not covered?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so this is a list of symptoms that are covered by Merxol in our rep sheet.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a list of symptoms that are not covered.
Yeah.
Okay. This is nice. This is a very good confirmatory feature for a remedy.
Okay, now can you prescribe?
Yes. So I right click on Merck and I click on prescribe. So a small new pop-up opens in which now I can enter the dosage, repetition, potency, number of days for which I want to give this particular remedy. Now another question that I have is, it's okay, now Zomeo has given me the remedy. But in a lot of cases, in a lot of people, they find it very confusing as to which potency they should give that particular remedy in.
So here if you see on the lower bottom side,
Okay.
you can select the potency selector.
Alright. So Zomeo is now not just giving me the remedy, it's also now guiding me towards the potency in which I should prescribe this remedy.
Absolutely.
Alright.
So we can go through this list point by point.
Okay. And we just need to mark the parameters that are applicable for the patient.
For this particular case.
Okay.
Because as the case changes, the parameter changes,
Yes.
the prescription and the potency changes.
Correct. Correct. So let's mark the patient first, the patient info first.
Yeah.
We mark this patient as an adult.
Yeah.
Sedentary worker.
Yeah.
Okay. Sensitivity. Average.
Yeah, he was averagely sensitive.
Mental status average.
This particular patient was, I think, little above average. So he was intelligent.
Okay.
Can we select intelligent?
Yes. Physically, how would you call him?
He was weak. He was weak.
Okay.
Poor sleep.
Poor sleep.
Poor nutrition. Vitality was low.
No, obviously.
Because that is how he was suffering from so many complications.
Correct. And we are looking for a chronic type of
prescription. Okay. A well-proved remedy.
So now, I directly jumped from type to proving.
To the drugs. The
I don't have to, enter all the parameters.
No. Okay. What is applicable to a case?
Okay. Now in the disease information, we obviously will select chronic.
Chronic.
Okay. Dominant miasm would be
syphilitic.
Yes. And what do we do in predominance of symptoms? What do we select?
See, predominance we can skip also here.
Okay.
Okay.
Type of similarity we would expect
more because you see how many symptoms were being covered.
Yes, correct. And our response desired would be?
Definitely cure.
So now let's have a look at the result. Okay. So the software has now suggested to us that we should give a high potency in infrequent repetition based on all the parameters that we have entered for this patient.
Right.
Okay. So
see,
now,
because the patient is so intelligent.
Yes.
And so evolved. So you have to give 200 or higher potency.
So in this patient, what do we give?
200.
Okay.
And maybe you just need 1 or 2 doses. That's all.
Right. Okay, so the moment I click here on potency, a small window opens. I can just select the potency.
Yeah.
The dosage would be 2 powders or 1
Yeah,
powder?
we can give 2 powders.
Okay, so 2 powders of Moxol. How frequently would we want to give this?
Just 1 week, once, night,
Once a
bedtime.
week.
Yeah.
Okay. So, alright. So, I can add my own parameters as well. Once a week.
And you can add. See how easy it is.
Yes, very, very simple.
Uh,
Alright. Now, the prescription type, if you see,
yeah.
why do we have something like this? Because this is not generally something that we enter in a prescription.
Yeah, because see, you want to analyze all the cases which you are treating. Are they acute? Then you can find out mercurius, effective in tonsillitis.
Okay.
Or if they are chronic, like if the patient in this case is suffering from ulcerations and many other emotional problems. So chronic, or it comes as an intercurrent during the treatment.
Because it is anti-syphilitic.
Yes. So in this case it is chronic. So you can analyze in future all the cases which are connected with chronic and mercurius being given.
Okay. So I just saved this prescription and now I can see that this remedy has been successfully prescribed.
Yeah.
This has not taken us more than 7-8 minutes, would you say?
Absolutely.
Because we were discussing.
No, that we are sharing,
Yes.
how to arrive. But actually, if you see, in real terms, it has taken less than 10 minutes.
So this was one very amazing way of repertorizing a case. What about, the classic way? There are a lot of physicians who are so well versed with repertory that they can just enter into a chapter and they know where the rubric is.
Okay, so you can save this patient, you can start another interesting patient.
Okay. Okay, this time I will just start with a speed case. I can save the patient info later. Alright. Okay, so now the page has directly opened
a repertory.
Yes.
And it's a complete repertory if you see.
Okay. So why do we have this particular repertory with us?
See, most important thing about complete repertory is that they have put that, Roger has put his heart and soul into it. It's the most complete repertory I have seen in my practice.
It symbolizes its name.
Yes, exactly. And what is the most beautiful thing? It has got something which is the latest proving. Okay. It has also taken into account the contemporary working which has been going on for so many hundreds of years. It has logically divided under different sections which was originally being modified, slightly modified from the Kent.
So it is based on Kent's repertory.
Exactly.
Okay, yes. The order of the chapters is very familiar to what is there in Kent. So this is like the Kent's repertory in an extremely expanded and updated version with new remedies, with new rubrics. Okay, verified remedies, I should say.
Yes, and you will be surprised. It 100% holds a world record that it has got more number of rubrics, more number of remedies, more number of options, more than any other remedy in the world.
Okay, so like for example, I had a patient who had fear of darkness.
Okay.
So what do I do now as a classical prescriber who knows the repertory?
Okay.
How do I look for this now? Now, the complete mind chapter is very huge. To keep scrolling and looking for fear of darkness is a very time consuming thing. Right. So now what do I do?
Just click on search.
Okay.
And type in fear and dark.
Okay, so I can see here that in real time it has already jumped to fear.
Exactly.
Okay, and here I have got the option fear dark off.
Yeah.
So I have directly jumped to that particular rubric in the mind chapter of complete repertory.
See how fast it is. It is just instantaneous. As you keep
Yes.
on typing, you will keep on seeing more and more such rubrics.
Wow.
You can record it by just clicking it.
Okay. So
And it gives you subsequent options also. Say fear of dark in children.
yes. Yes, correct. So I can record some sub rubrics also
Exactly.
if I want. Okay. That's great. Okay. Another thing that I am getting to see here, of course, complete repertory is an amazing repertory. I am also seeing Kent. Why are there so many repertories here? There are 41 repertories in Zomeo.
Yeah.
As a physician, I have a lot of friends, a lot of colleagues who tell me we don't need to go beyond 3 repertories or 5 repertories or max to max, 7 to 8 repertories to prescribe. Why do I have this huge list to choose from?
See, I'll share with you very interesting aspect. Each repertory has got something which is unique.
Okay.
And nothing is complete. Like I'll give you an example. Like Michelangelo had a different style of painting.
Yes.
Picasso had a different style of painting. Okay. Now, if you say that whatever Picasso had done was a complete in painting,
Then it would be wrong.
it would be wrong.
Yes. So you take something, the best from here, the best from
Everything,
here.
exactly. See, what is important is that homeopathy is art as well as science.
Yes.
Homeopathy is not just the science. It is an art. How do you understand the rubrics? How do you interpret? How do you, analyze? Just in this case, which we discussed, ambition, loss of, how beautifully we could come up by an interpretation. Now that was an interpretation that he could not succeed in his life.
Yes. Yes.
You understand? So same way, each one's construction, each one's approach, each one's listing is totally different from that of others.
Okay.
Suppose if you click on Boericke, one of the most used repertory for the prescribers who are practicing based on pathological condition.
Yes.
Just if you click on this in Boericke, you will see it is analyzed according to the system. Say suppose if you click on urinary system, what do you see?
So I see symptoms related to the bladder.
Exactly.
Okay.
And what does it do? If you click on bladder, all the symptoms pertaining to like irritability or the bladder and the neck.
Or there is pain.
Yeah. And again, it differentiates. See, bladder paralysis. Can you click on bladder paralysis?
Yes.
A rubric?
Yes.
And record it.
Okay.
And paralysis of the sphincter. Just the next rubric.
All right.
See, now you are able to record something from here. Now, you can just give a general search, involuntary urination.
A general search across all repertories, you are saying?
Yes, you can give.
Okay.
Just go on the top or you type in, what is the shortcut,
Command S.
Command S.
Okay.
And involuntary urination. And say search.
So I have got 827 results only for urination involuntary.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a huge database that I have at my disposal and my command.
Exactly. Now, if you want to make a new repertory of urinary involuntary urination, you can make it.
Oh.
And you can go to a very specific rubric. If you see stool after.
Urination involuntary stool
after. Okay. And you can record this.
All right.
See how beautifully it will give you. Now you can escape.
Should I go back to the original list of repertories?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can now select something from the mind. What was in this case? You remember that case?
I think
No, you can restrict yourself to even Boericke also. See, Boericke has got something very interesting. The patient had totally tired feeling. You can restrict yourself. You know, he was tired. He had a lot of brain fag.
okay.
So you can interpret that as a brain fag.
And I can record this.
Yeah. And he could see a lot of clairvoyant visions.
Ah, yes.
Huh.
Okay.
Now just click on repertorization.
All right. So as of now, phosphorus is the remedy that is coming
So again, you can use that utility
of cross-ref.
Yeah. Say brain fag, clairvoyance, and the paralysis.
I think this was a more
Okay.
okay. Involuntary
Take two
urination.
only then. Maybe brain fag and
Okay.
no. See.
So I have got now phosphorus, anacardium, and anhelonium.
Yeah. And he had very specifically, see, this is more precise. Involuntary urination, stool laughter.
Yeah. So phosphorus has to be the remedy in this patient.
But still, if you want to compare.
Okay. Phosphorus and anacardium.
Anacardium.
All
Can
right.
you do that, please?
Yes. So all I have to do is right click on phosphorus and click on add to compare.
Yeah.
Then I right click on anacardium and add to compare.
You can also directly click on compare and it will get added.
All right.
Compare now.
Okay. So now I can see anacardium and phosphorus side by side.
Exactly.
So it's easier now for me to compare these two remedies.
Yeah.
All right.
And you can compare the keynotes. See friends, you can use this beautifully. And now you can click on confirmatory symptoms section. Confirmatory symptoms.
Okay.
And here you have
a side-by-side comparison of the confirmatory symptoms of anacardium and phosphorus.
Phosphorus.
Yes. This patient, yes, was very restless, I remember.
Exactly.
That is why we have decided to give him phosphorus.
And now from here only, you can open phosphorus if you want to study as a remedy.
So right click.
Okay.
I go to reference books.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have so many references for phosphorus in Homepath in all our books. So, which book would you like me to look at? Would you like me to look at Boericke?
Okay, because we are following that.
Yes. So, Materia Medica by Boericke. Okay. So now here I can read the information, all the information given about phosphorus in Boericke. I think I can directly jump to this section. Okay.
Dr. Neha, we have a beautiful utility here, text to speech.
Oh yes. So that means that if I am traveling in my car with this in my laptop and I don't want to read, I just have to click on text to speech. I just have to click on text to speech.
Materia Medica by Boericke W plus phosphorus general phosphorus irritates, inflames and degenerates mucous membranes, irritates and inflames serous membranes, inflames spinal cord and nerves, causing paralysis, destroys bone, especially the lower jaw and tibia, disorganizes the
Just wait for the system to speak.
Blood, causing fatty degeneration of blood vessels and every tissue and organ of the body and thus gives.
See, just close this. You can change the accent. Go on the top. under the physician, voice, yes, click on that and click on, say, Victoria. Down, click on that.
Okay.
Go back.
Do a text to speech again.
Yeah.
We'll do it with a different book this time.
Yeah. Fatter? Okay. You have taken something else.
I've
Fine.
taken herring.
Herring, oh, a long one.
Condensed Materia Medica by Herring C.
And now you can see
Plus
a
phosphor.
different accent.
Hornman.
See friends, there are 9 different accents available to you.
Minesweeper. Delirium.
Depending upon the
Gas-
country you are.
Flux.
Depending
Hysterical
upon the
alternation
species,
of laughing and
choice.
weeping. Great indifference.
Can you close this so
Answers
that I
no.
can talk now?
Yes.
See, depending upon, see friends, what, and I use this utility a lot every day. Before I go to sleep, I listen to the therapeutic. Can you open the therapeutics? See, this is very interesting. Every day I can get educated.
So we have a different section of therapeutics
Mhm.
in our utility module.
Yeah.
And we have 2 books in therapeutics, Dewey and Lilienthal. So can we click on say Dewey?
Yeah.
Okay, so on the left, I am seeing a lot of clinical conditions,
Right.
and on the right hand side, whatever clinical condition I select, I can see the differential notes of the remedies.
Yeah.
So if I want to look for something like headache,
Yeah.
alright. So now here on the right hand side, I see a list of the most prominent remedies for headache
Yeah.
and their indications. So this is a wonderful tool for teachers who want to teach therapeutics.
Yeah. It is useful for teachers who want to teach, students who want to learn,
Yes,
and practitioners who want to revise.
yes. And differentiate between
Yes.
remedies.
Before the patient comes,
Yes.
you know how to differentiate between sanguinaria and iris, or jalsemium and any other remedy. Can you just play this again?
Yes.
Belladonna. Belladonna is
Can you go back? Accent change. And say, take up Moira
Alright.
and like change the topic. Change the topic, something injuries or influenza or hysteria.
Let's take up influenza.
Gelsemium, gels. This remedy corresponds to the commencement of the trouble, when the patient is weak, tired and aches throughout the body. It removes speedily the intense aching and muscular soreness.
And you know, Dr. Neha, we were talking about this. A very beautiful utility we have, patient instructions.
Okay.
Huh.
So in the utility section, we have something called as patient instructions. Now what I am seeing here is that there is a list of more than 600 diseases, on the right hand side of which I have information, but it's not homeopathic information.
No, it is for the patients.
Okay.
So just click on here. Suppose if you are talking about our case.
Files.
Yes.
Okay. So now on the right hand side, I am seeing a lot of information given in very simple language.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is something that a patient can understand and apply.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now it has got causes, the symptoms, do's and don'ts. So suppose if you are practicing and if you see, say, minimum 10 cases in a day. Now if you have to give the instructions, make the patient understand what is to be done, what is next, what is the important thing, then you know it is very, very important that you can hand over a printout to the patient.
Okay, I can directly print from the software.
Yes, exactly. And there is also utility. You can make the patient wear the headphones and listen to these instructions.
Okay. So this is very useful because generally in practice, it's not just medicines that you give. After the medicines, we have a lot of explaining to do to the patient. What are the things they should do? What are the things they are not supposed to do?
Yeah.
What are the things they are supposed to eat? What they are not supposed to eat? So in this particular section, I can see a lot of things. What I cannot see is what he should eat and not eat. So what do we do about this? Should I go on Google and put
No.
diet for piles?
We have a wonderful utility again available, which is diet and nutrition.
Alright, just under patient instructions, I have something called as diet and
Diet and
nutrition.
nutrition.
Okay. So now I have the diet for piles as well.
Yes.
So what the patient is supposed to eat, what he is not supposed to eat. Okay. The dietary management is also there here. So this is amazing because I am not just giving him the remedy, I am giving him holistic patient care.
A total solution.
Yes, yes. And this is also something that I can print and give to the patient so that they can just hang it on their fridge, or they can put it up in their office cubicle so that they'll be able to read and reiterate every single time.
Yeah. See, does it not save your time, energy, and make you a better prescriber?
Yes. This increases the recall value of the physician in the patient's mind, because even the patient knows that yes, this doctor genuinely cares for me because he is taking so much effort to ensure that I get better faster.
Yeah, and see, when you take, Honeyman has said very clearly, the diet and ancillary measures are equally important as the medicine.
Yes, yes.
So if we are going to we say homeopathy is a holistic science.
This is how.
Absolutely like this, it is must.
Yes. So we have captured the essence of Hahnemann and made a software. If Hahnemann was a software today, he would be Zomeo.
Yeah, and that is why the slogan says, everything in Homeo is in Zomeo.
Yes.
Can we go back to the original thing which we were talking about, repertories?
Yes, yes.
See, we have wonderful repertories which are covering clinical conditions. Like we have Boericke, we have Clark. Clark has got beautifully causation, the temperament.
A forgotten treasure.
And just imagine the temperaments, which is not there in any other repertory.
Yes, true.
And today we are missing out on all these things. Please understand, the temperament is equally important. And understand, we have a beautiful, beautiful repertory in the form of gentry.
Yes. So I saw that we have gentry and we have nair. I studied, the last time I looked at gentry and nair was when I was studying in college, because I had to. Not because I, needed to prescribe, because generally we don't think of these repertories when we are talking about prescribing for a case.
No, Dr. Neha, I'll tell you, gentry is a treasure because it has got original unmodified pictures which has been found in proving. So, you cannot miss this. And there is something known as, what herring has cured in the patient. Those symptoms have been listed. So, factor, gentry, you cannot just neglect. They were the great clinicians. They were the great prescriber, one of the greatest prescribers. Herring was a convert. He was an allopath who was selected to criticize Hahnemann. And once he did something, he said, no, homeopathy is a better science than anything else. See, this is how he was open to learning. Today, friends, we have to be open like herring. He was appointed to criticize Hahnemann. he in fact became one of the strongest follower
and propagators of
homeopathy. So can we just, you remember that case where the arms were hairy?
That woman.
Yeah.
Yes, she had come to the clinic for some, if I'm not mistaken, migraine.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, and her arms were very heavy. I think she only had said this to us.
Yeah.
Out of a little embarrassment. But okay, so why are you telling me this particular symptom?
Yeah, because it's something you search and
Because
see
she
the
came
result.
for migraine.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about
Because
hairy arms?
we differentiated the medicine based on that.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll run a search then.
Yeah.
In this for hairy arms. Very unusual, but I feel that there will be references that we see. There is only one reference.
Yes.
For hairy arms.
And that is why I was talking. Why FATAC is important. Why FATAC is important.
Oh my God. Let's have a look at the remedy in this. Medorizum.
Exactly.
Just one remedy.
Just one remedy. And how then you can be sure? And not only that, after giving medorinum, the rate of hair growth decreased. She started feeling very better. The migraine had completely disappeared and she became a live, bubbly party animal after medorinum. Medorinum is a very live, clairvoyant, bubbly person. The hair completely stopped growing.
Wow.
Her cosmetic bills came down.
So that is the power of the exact simillimum. If you give it to the patient, I mean, if this particular rubric wasn't there, it would not have been very easy, right?
Absolutely.
We would have given some partial simillimum to her and maybe she, her migraine would have partially got better. But this type of phenomenal result, I think you can get only if you know the exact simillimum.
Yeah. You remember that case of asthma? Again, a very interesting case. The patient would have coryza after asthma.
Yes, generally, if you see, it always starts off with a cold and coryza and a runny nose, and then it goes on to the stage of asthma. This patient was very different.
Yeah.
Because we had to confirm and reconfirm with her, are you sure you get a cold after the attack ends? And she said, yes, I'm absolutely sure.
And then you see the medicine change.
Okay, so what do I put? Coryza after asthma.
Coryza after asthma. You'll get a lot of range.
Okay, so I have got 10 results.
Right. See, that is the reason. That is the reason why we want to refer. You get the exactness, the preciseness is very, very important.
Now what I'm seeing here is almost all of them are giving me asthma after coryza. But there is only one which is giving me coryza after asthma, which is there in Mayer's repertory.
That is why we want the precision.
So let us have a look at the remedy. The only remedy is thuja. I now get it. Why we need so many repertories with us.
Exactly. And then the patient was prescribed thuja and the patient completely recovered.
Okay, this is very interesting. I think we should take up some more cases.
Yeah.
Do you know any more cases?
There was a young girl who came, who was suffering for last 4 days for fever, a very high fever which was not coming under control.
Okay.
The patient went to many doctors, analyzing with blood count for malaria, dengue, everything was negative.
So a recent patient.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then they found out they said, you know,
If there is no answer, it's always viral.
viral. Always
Viral.
when you can't find, it was viral.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was the rubric? You remember that case. Write down the
There was
rubric.
this, I remember she had come into the clinic. She was, I think, a 13, 14-year-old girl, if I'm not mistaken. She came with her mother. She came in a state of fever. She had 102 fever. Her mother had brought her, and she was, sitting in your cabin, and all that she was doing was this.
Like lachesis?
She was licking her
lips.
No, lachesis
will be protruding.
Yeah, but she was licking her lips.
Yeah.
And her mother said that this is what she always does. Now, since the past 4 days, she's having fever. Whenever she gets the fever, she does this. So, and I remember you had just looked at her and you had said, look, she is licking her lips. I think this is where observation comes into play many times. A lot of times we forgo the observation. We pay more attention to the symptoms that are said by the patient.
Right.
But we don't go into the observation. So, yes, we had repertorized this. We have just put in fever licking lips. And the only references we got were from Gentry Repertory.
All references.
Yeah. All of them. This is the one that we had taken. Fever keeps constantly licking dry, cracked lips. The only remedy is this. I would never have thought of giving ammonium muriaticum to a patient of fever.
Exactly. And just one strong keynote allows you to prescribe and the patient recovers completely. The general practitioner said it's viral, it will take 7 days, it will go through all this process, and the patient recovered in just 2 days' time.
Wow. I think the next time her mother called up, I took the follow-up.
Yeah.
And she said, she's eating well. Fever is coming down slowly. She looks generally better. It was a very satisfying case, I would say, very fulfilling case, because we generally a lot of physicians get scared of giving medicines in acute cases.
No, we treat
homeopathy. I'm saying
in homeopathy we treat so many acute cases. Another case which was very interesting. The patient would keep on talking, continuously. We were bad at in fever. And he was in a delirious state. We could not understand any word. And it was very, very difficult to manage that case. Patient was suffering from so many days.
I think he was 1 minute. He had dengue?
Yes.
Okay. He had just been diagnosed with dengue. Correct. Right. So, in this particular case, what rubric did we take?
How do you interpret?
So, would you say he is... No, he wouldn't... It's not just talking.
Yeah, it was
murmuring.
And murmuring which was not clearly understood.
Okay, so what he was murmuring could not be understood. Okay, so I think this should be there. 1 second. So fever, murmuring. So we have 6 references, out of which 5 are from fever repertory.
Fever repertory.
So by Alan. So again another repertory I would have never thought of looking at. And what I can see is the exact rubric is there. Murmuring which cannot be understood.
Exactly. And this is what makes us go for more and more and more repertories.
Yes. Okay. So there are 3 remedies here. One is hyoscyamus, one is lycopodium, and one is phosphoric acid.
Exactly.
So finally, I remember we had given this patient phosphoric acid.
Phosphoric acid.
But why did we give him phosphoric acid? Why not hyoscyamus or lyco?
Now just go, we have a group symptoms of acid
In utility.
in utility. See, I
Okay.
want to share with you how did we come to this,
Okay.
which was very, very important.
Okay, so we have group symptoms, so different groups
Yeah.
of minerals and are explained over here. What are
Yeah.
the characteristics? Okay, so we have in acids. We have all the acids here and we have the characteristics.
Exactly.
Okay. So what made you think of acid phos in
The
this
weakness,
Okay.
there's so much of marked weakness, so much of complication.
And another thing that works in its favor also is
Yeah.
that dengue is basically has hemorrhagic pathology.
Exactly.
So yes, so if you look at it in that way, logically, the acid would also cover this hemorrhagic tendency.
Better than hyoscyamus or
Yes.
lycopodium.
Yes, yes. So we went in not just the homeopathic way, we went the clinical way
Clinical
also.
way also.
That dengue is a hemorrhagic fever, and so phosphoric acid will work better for him because the symptoms are also matching, and it is matching the sphere of action.
And the weakness was just completely recovered, gone.
Usually, the weakness that comes after dengue, it takes a very long time for a person to recover only from that weakness. It takes at least a month. It's a very protracted phase if you see. But I think in this patient, the recovery was also faster from the weakness.
Absolutely. Third day, the patient was able to go and move around. You know, that's the speed of right medicine.
Yes.
See, weakness just as if they were weakness. Because otherwise, if you see this patient to recover takes sometimes weeks.
Yes.
And sometimes in dengue, we have seen that the weakness and the body ache and other things persist
Yes.
for nearly 6 months.
Yes. Yes.
6 months they suffer. Friends, this is homeopathy and these are the results we want to give it, and we want to give these ideas and the concepts to you.
Amazing.
And you know, we have something, go back to the repertory section. Why we are sharing this in a particular way? I could have just done a routine training demo, which would be of least interest to everybody. You know, we have something like which is known as lifestyle disease repertories.
Yes, lifestyle diseases in fact are coming up in a big way today. In the last 20 years, we have seen a sudden, the entire world in fact has just seen a sudden shift from infectious diseases to non-communicable lifestyle diseases, which I feel are more dangerous.
Exactly. The world has said that by 2025, the largest number of people will be suffering in the world will be from depression and not from cancer or diabetes. So now,
that's very depressing.
Can you share, Dr. Neha, you know very well the software.
Yes.
Can you share some of these
Because
repertories?
we have seen a lot of lifestyle diseases coming up, like high blood pressure, like diabetes, like obesity. Asthma has come up in a very big way in children. What we did was to keep up or to keep in step with the medical world. We have included specially created repertories only for these lifestyle diseases in the software. So in this software, you will also see in Zomeo,
Yeah.
repertory specially created for diabetes, repertory on hypertension, a repertory specially for the thyroid, because we are seeing increased incidence of hypo and hyperthyroidism in women today.
Yeah.
And of course,
Why do you forget the AIDS?
I didn't. AIDS is one of the biggest scares coming up. It's a new age disease. So we have created a special repertory only for AIDS. Apart from that, we also have a lot of other very, very nice specific repertories, like a repertory specially created by asthma, for asthma. Do you know who has created this repertory? So Dr. Shah himself, out of The years of experience he has in asthma has created a special repertory for asthma, which you can use in a jiffy for your patients. We have a repertory on constipation. We have a repertory on obesity. We have a repertory on piles. We also have a repertory on vaccination. And this is one of my most favorite repertories.
Yeah, because you treat children. You treat
Yes.
children.
Yes. So generally, when children come to the clinic
Mm.
with some problems that happen after a vaccine has been given,
Yeah.
we generally think of the first remedy being puja, and the
Puja.
second remedy we think of is silica.
Yeah.
So
You remember that beautiful case which you treated last month?
yes, how can I forget it? Because I treated it using this particular repertory.
Yeah.
I had given puja to this patient. I had given silica to this patient. I even tried antim tart because it's given that when puja fails and silica is not indicated, give antim tart. But even that did not work on that patient. Poor child.
Can you share that reference?
Yes. So this patient came very peculiarly. The mother said he is not sleeping at night since the vaccine was given. Okay. All right. So just to repeat, because I think we had some technical issues, I had this patient, this small child of 5 years, who had just received the vaccine, and his mother came to the clinic and she told me that since he has received the vaccine, he's not sleeping well. In fact, he is not sleeping. He hardly sleeps for like 1 or 2 hours in the night. And it is difficult because he has school the next day and the mother has work the next day. So I obviously, going along that particular line of thought, prescribed puja, then I prescribed silica, and then because there is a reference in Alan's keynotes that when puja fails and silica is not indicated, give andem tart. So I gave andem tart also, and no result. The patient still was sleepless. So
I am feeling sleepy because I've been working very hard till late nights and then early mornings and working 16, 18 hours every day.
you don't need a remedy. You only need sleep.
I need a sleep, yes.
So getting back to the patient, I just went to search and I typed in sleeplessness here. And when I typed in sleeplessness, this is the reference that came up. So there were two remedies, Meserium and Thuja. Now Meserium is a remedy that I would never have thought of in bad effects of vaccination, specifically for sleeplessness. I gave this remedy and the mother was so happy because she said he has started sleeping very well now after this new remedy that you have given. So this particular repertory really saved my reputation, I would say.
Exactly, and reputation of homeopathy.
Yes.
That homeopathy works. See friends, please be open like a little child. You can't be fixed and rigid when you are with homeopathy.
Very true.
Don't follow a particular sect. Don't follow a particular brand. Homeopathy is not brand. Homeopathy is all inclusive. Homeopathy is art as well as science. Be open to learning. Learn every day. Your priority should be patience.
Yes.
And not a cult. Don't follow a particular cult. Learn from all the teachers. All of them have something to contribute to you.
Yes.
All of them can transfer your practice. Learn one positive point every day and you will see the results in your practice. Also we are giving something very interesting. The clinical experiences of Dr. Kullar, okay, Dr. Prabhakar Shetty, Balvinder, Sunil, these are amazing knowledge sources. They are like ocean.
Clinically verified.
Exactly. You don't get such things today. The people who have put their heart and soul into it. Please, friends, put yourself in the practice. And some of you who are practicing different methods, we have the whole range. So use what is applicable to you. Okay? What other things we can share? Also share something very general search. You know how beautifully the search will keep on changing. Some examples you can give?
Yeah, sure.
Of a general search?
Okay. So generally, like for example, I just saw the chapter psoriasis in Fuller's Repertory.
Yeah.
So let's just run a general search for psoriasis. So this is the search that will look for this particular word in all the repertories that we have and give us a combined result, just like Google. So if you can see, we have 311 references only for psoriasis.
Yeah.
Now, I am interested in this. Boericke, Bonninghausen. I mean, people who lived centuries ago have written about psoriasis. And psoriasis is a condition that has just come up, in fact.
Yeah.
Just in the last 20 years or so, psoriasis.
It is so strong.
Yes.
But you know, just narrow it down. Just go to psoriasis, which is of the palms.
Okay.
You know, why we want to be precise? Psoriasis, only of the palms.
29 references from
Exactly.
311.
See, now you can be very, very precise. Or say psoriasis of the tongue.
Okay. Ten references for tongue psoriasis.
Now, can you record all of them? Click on all. Click on one by one. And go down now. What is the remedy which comes first?
Muriatic acid. Not something again that we would have thought of.
Exactly. This is what I want to share with you. See, your practice, your quality of the results will change. So we are committed only to you and to homeopathy and to the quality of the results.
Now, what I'm seeing is, we have a lot of things for practitioners. We have a lot of things for the researchers, for the students. But what about teachers? What do we have for the teachers in this software?
The complete, for the students as well as teachers, complete education material.
So you mean academics?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So in academics, I can see a lot of options here. So can I click on the first one? This looks nice. Okay.
See, you know, we want to make practitioners very strong practitioners. So we want to give all the different things which you could not even imagine. Look at, wait, go back. Very interesting feature. See, the amount of carbon, these are amazing facts about our human body. Okay? The carbon in human body is equivalent to about 9,000 lead pencils.
Wow.
Can you believe this? Just go to the next slide. We are all the time worried about our mobile phone. Here is a eye. Our eye, human eye has got 576 megapixel capacity, while your phone has got only 20 megapixel. And look at the next one, the smelling capacity of human nose and the differentiation. Can you share that?
Yeah.
It's very interesting. See these different amazing facts about human body. The nose. Can you read that?
Your
Dr.
nose
Neha?
can recognize 50,000 different scents. Wow.
Did you know this?
No.
Exactly. So we are giving lots and lots of such tips. See, visual tips are very convincing.
Yes.
And you know, in the practice, always there is a problem of convincing somebody. So we have celebrities who say homeopathy works.
All right.
Show some of the celebrities. Oh,
Beckham.
Beckham, the world famous footballer, loves homeopathy. The President of India practiced and remained healthy because of homeopathy. Kelly Slater, one of the most important, surfer, Lindsay, Lees, Madonna, Mahatma Gandhi, one of the leading actor, Mark Twain, Martin Sheen, Monica Bellucci, Mother Teresa, Boris Becker, they all followed homeopathy in their life. Next are clinical tips. Something very interesting. Visual tips which can teach you a lot of things.
Yes.
120 visual tips. Soon we are going to add more, Dr. Neha.
Okay.
Ah,
So we are going to constantly keep updating and upgrading.
yes. We want to be in touch with our users globally.
We have something on diet as well.
Mhm.
So this is something that I can just, probably project on a screen in the clinic
Clinic.
and just keep, sliding the pictures just to, keep the patients engaged,
Yeah.
busy.
And the patient remains so much occupied.
Yes, true.
And once they learn something new, their, what do you say? What is the word you loyalty?
Loyalty.
Their loyalty to your clinic will grow more and more.
True.
The whole purpose is to have the practitioners having more and more patients.
Yes, true. So now here in the academic section, apart from these tips that we saw, I'm also seeing a lot of other features that are there. They look very interesting. Like, what is clinical examination?
See, in most of the schools internationally, they don't teach examination of patients. So we have incorporated this different system. See how to examine different nerves. Examination of the cranial nerves.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. How to examine respiratory system. So once you keep on doing with more and more patients, your confidence of practice will grow up substantially.
Yes. True.
Okay. So we share this knowledge and wisdom with you.
Lot of effort has gone in to create this particular software.
Yeah.
So many aspects have been thought of and included.
That's right. Then we have Kant's cases. Then we have pioneers.
So all of Kent's old cases, you
Yes,
mean?
112 old cases. We have in the system more than 8,000 cured cases.
Wow.
We have journals which are very, very old, like 1837.
Oh yes, I would like to show the journals. So we have a huge library of reference books We have more than 100 materia medica books. We have books on philosophy, we have books on therapeutics, we have 100 books on clinical aspects, and we have 16 journals. I think a lot of the volumes, like I see 1924.
Yeah.
I think this is something that we wouldn't find 1935. We wouldn't find these hard copies anywhere.
Yeah,
And
but
yet they are treasures for somebody like me, to read and to reiterate my knowledge about homeopathy.
Neha, some of these original volumes, the physical printed copy, sometimes one copy is costing $1,000. It is that expensive. And here we are offering the total software for less than that price.
The steal.
So here one volume is equal to 1,250 volumes. Is it not amazing?
Yes, definitely.
And what is the cost? Less than $1. It's 60, 70, 80 cents. 80 cents for one volume of treasure.
Here I'd like to share something very interesting,
Yeah.
which I, got to learn from books. I have this case of uterine prolapse.
Is it?
And yes, and what is the normal remedies that we would think of for?
CPR?
Yes. We would think of Lilium tick.
Lilium tick.
We would think of Murex. I reached to the point of getting specific with her. I started her on Praxinus. And, she was better, but, it was okay as such. So, a lot of times I feel that, while repertorizing a case, we tend to forget the finer aspects of a remedy. So what I did was, I remember in one of your previous lectures when you had come to teach, you had told us the importance of searching through books.
Books, which
Yes,
is very,
the
very
original
vital.
data.
Yeah.
So what I did was, I ran a search in books for prolapse of uterus, and I got some very interesting results. So I got 235 results. Now if you see, I am seeing sepia, I am seeing William tick, I am seeing something like podophilum.
Exactly. This is what the treasure is opened out to you. You could never ever, you will think for diarrhea,
Yes,
for children.
exactly.
Huh?
Liver complaints.
Yes.
It's not something that I would have thought for uterine prolapse. Avis canadensis was another surprise. And it's clearly mentioned there is a prolapse of uterus as a result of defective nutrition. Again, a gastric remedy.
Yeah. See, this is what opens out something, amazing, which could never, ever, ever, never think.
Sulfur iode, ammonium mure,
Yeah.
benzoic acid.
Exactly.
So this is given by Patak in his book, that benzoic acid has uterine prolapse. I think this is a section that really opens up and breaks your prejudices regarding the treatment of, certain conditions with just certain remedies.
Yeah, your mind limitations are just
They are shattered.
Shattered. Friends, you have to learn every day.
Yes.
The day you stop learning, your clock turns other way. You have seen that hourglass, it just turns other way, and the sand starts pouring other way.
Yes.
The reason why I enjoy my practice is I learn every day something new, something amazing, something different.
I'm seeing we also have something called as mother tincture and prophylaxis.
Mm-hmm.
Why have we included these two sections here?
See, in the beginning of the practice, you may not be that great in finding the medicine.
Yes.
So you want to relieve the patient. So that is why we have internal and external mother tinctures and prophylaxis, because homeopathy is based in prophylaxis. Based, like for the acne, Berberis equifolium gives you a relief.
Yes.
Always use it till the time you find the right constitutional medicine.
So if I put in, say, hypertension also I have
Yeah,
result.
passiflora. And passiflora also works on your sleep.
Yes.
So basically it relaxes your system.
Yes.
Puts you to a nice sleep, and when you are put to nice sleep, you recover much faster. So everything is so integrated in homeopathy, you cannot even imagine.
So in prophylaxis, this is preventive medicine at its best, without any side effects.
Exactly.
Okay. So, there is prevention of chickenpox also.
Chickenpox.
So this is very useful whenever there are epidemics that come on, usually during the winter season. Chickenpox will come, measles will come. So this is the time when we can think of giving one of the remedies over here for school-going children, especially. It will be of really
very useful, very useful.
Yes.
Like recently there are hand, foot, mouth disease.
Yes.
And trust me, there were out of 50, 36 children in a school suffered from that.
Oh my.
And the 3 children which we gave them bryonia as a preventive.
Oh.
Never suffered from it. Never ever. All the 3 children, it worked beautifully. And bryonia was indicated in this condition
As the genus
epidemicus. And it works. It works wonders.
I think this has been an incredible tutorial. I also see something like a question bank. I see Viva questions. I see MCQs. Is there anything in the software that is
not there?
Not there?
That is why we say anything in Homeo is in Zomeo. What else you would like to share? Can you just run through some of this academics? I'll just come back and join you in 2 minutes.
Yes, sure. So what I have opened is the question bank. In the question bank, we have basically included a lot of academically related questions, not just the homeopathic section, but even the non-homeopathic sections, like practice of medicine, pathology, physiology, preventive and social medicine. So this is of great use when it comes to teachers. When they want to teach, when they want to set papers, this software is of great use, because then it becomes easier for a teacher to refer to these questions. We also have something called as MCQs. Again, very interesting, where you can test yourself right from the software in your knowledge. You can upgrade your knowledge regarding different subjects. We are looking to upgrade this section as well to include other subjects also. So I think we have given a very, very comprehensive tutorial of the new HomePath for Mac. We are now open to any questions that you would be having, and we would love to answer them. So please put in your questions and we would be answering them shortly. I'm just going through this list if in case we have missed any questions. If anyone has any questions, we are open to questions now. So thank you everyone for attending this webinar. If you have any questions, if you have any queries that you may have, you can always call us. Or you give us a missed call on +1 877 66 77 621. I will repeat. Give us a missed call on +1 877 66 77 621. I'm very happy to tell you that just for our webinar users, we have a very special offer for you. For just $99, you can book this software for us. Just for $99. I think this is a wonderful...
How do you pay the balance?
You can pay the balance in installments, of course.
Through credit card, PayPal,
yes,
bank transfer, anything.
So this is our special offer. It is only valid for a few hours. Please make use of it, book it, and your perception about homeopathy is going to change completely. Let me tell you this. You won't have to look anywhere else for your practice.
And we'll keep on updating, upgrading the software regularly. You will see in next 3 months also you will receive a wonderful upgrade with wonderful features. Okay?
So thank you everyone for your wonderful comments that we are seeing. We would love to meet with you the next time.
And hello, don't forget, we are coming up with psychiatry webinar.
Oh yes.
And the first webinar is absolutely free to you. Don't miss this series. A series which can transform your psychiatry practice, because today the largest number of the disease which comes to you is lifestyle disease and the psychiatric disease.
Anxiety, depression, yes.
We are going to cover alcoholism, anxiety,
and
depression.
How to treat that with homeopathy?
Yes. Substance abuse. Just imagine how to handle acute mental illnesses. The common conditions. Everything is absolutely on your platter. Okay? So the first of this is absolutely free. Can you share the link? Can you share the link of the first webinar? Register now before you close down. And let us know your honest comments, feedback, suggestions. We want to give you a better and better program every day. It's our commitment, and that's the reason why we work so hard. Your support, your ideas make us and give us the energy to work hard. Friends, any questions? Trudy, thank you. Elzan, thank you. Then Dr. Sharma, thank you very much for your visit. Shubhangi, really appreciate that. Oh, your kind words are beautiful.
Yes.
We will use them. You can send a video comment. That will work very well for us. Thank you, Dr. Lakhvinder. Wow, what wonderful words they were used. You know, it gives me a goosebumps. Thank you, Dr. Punjabi. Thank you, Mariam. Thank you, Michelle. I'm sure you have enjoyed the webinar as much as we have enjoyed giving. So look forward meeting you on coming Friday, coming Saturday with Psychiatry, a brand new series of webinar of Homeopathy Hills. I want to thank Dr. Neha for coming down here on Saturday morning. You know, this shows her commitment. I want to thank the team of so many members who are present since yesterday evening to make this webinar possible. And I want to thank all our homeopathic colleagues across the globe for patronizing homeopathy and homeopath. Goodbye. Take care.
Take care.
We meet again.